Let's leave the monkey business to the monkeys. Okay, the first two islands on our left are home to two Siamang gibbons, and if you look directly ahead of us, right up in that tree on the second island, about almost to the top, is one of our primates, one of our Siamang gibbons. Siamang gibbons are what are known as apes. They are lesser apes because they weigh less than 50 pounds. Now, that living up, that being high in the tree like that, that's where Siamang gibbons in the wild live the majority of their life, about 99%, and that's because they get everything they need from the tree. They get water, they get food, they get bedding, they get protection from predators. Right behind and lower was our second primate that lived on this island, and you can see him swinging through the trees. That action is known as brachiation. Brachiation is a big word. That simply means hand over hand through the jungle. They can do that from branch to branch. They can go up to 35 miles per hour doing that and do a 90-degree turn without even stopping. And that's because they have a ball and socket joint not only in their shoulder like you and I, but they have one in their wrist. If we tried to do some of the things that they do, we would break our wrist.
Nope.
They are the two of them. That is the male going through the trees. The female is up high. The two of them are a bonded pair. That means they are mated for the rest of their lives. They, in the morning, they sing a song to each other. In fact, this afternoon, some of you might have been here and heard it. That song they sing because they have guller sacs located on their. There we go. Let me back this up just a little bit. So those of you in the front of the boat can see it. And what he's doing now, that is called bipedaling. Bipedaling is just walking on 2 feet. And you notice how he did that with his arms held high. Well, he has to do that because his arms are so long that if he let them go down on the ground, they would drag across the ground. The building on your left is the nearest restroom. Across from it is a snack bar, and in between is the route to the giraffe feeding station. You can feed the giraffes until 3 o'clock today. Now, if you look on your right, you will see right there in that tree to your right that long white tail and that white hair. Those are colobus monkeys. Colobus monkeys are native to Africa, the central belt of Africa, the area of Tanzania and Uganda and the Congo. They do not, although they are also arboreal, they do not swing from branch to branch. Rather, they jump from tree to tree. That's because they have no thumbs. So they are not as dexterous as the ape. Speaking of the apes, does anybody know the difference between the ape and the monkey? It is that tail. Monkeys have tails, apes do not. So if you were a child and you had a Curious George, you had an ape. Actually, you had a lesser ape because it weighed less than 50 pounds. Now, as I was explaining, these colobus monkeys, they actually are capable of going through the trees almost as fast as the Siamang gibbon. That's because they jump from tree to tree, and they do so by using the branches as springboards. If they can jump as far as 50 feet from one tree to another, and if they happen to miss a branch and fall to the ground, well, there's no problem, because remember that long hair and tail they have? That opens up and it acts as a parachute, and it puts them down on the ground safely. The colobus monkey, they are one of the least endangered of the endangered species at the primates at the Naples Zoo, and that's because they have a multi-chambered stomach. That multi-chambered stomach allows them to eat foods that are poisonous to the primates that live alongside of them. Now, they are old world monkeys, old world because they come from the area of Africa or India or Asia. We're going to leave the old world monkeys and we're going to the world of the new world monkeys. New world monkeys come from the Americas. They come from Central, South America, or parts of Mexico. And if you see right there on that hill, you could see a spider monkey, a black-handed spider monkey. I'm going to go a little bit farther forward. They're just past this. He's just past the tree. You can see him walking over there, right on that hill to your right. Now you'll notice that tail they have. They have a tail to tell too. Their tail is what is known as prehensile. A prehensile tail means that they can they can use it to wrap things up. They can pick up their food. They can carry that food up into a tree in their tail. And you can see the very tip of that tail, the last 6 to 8 inches of that tail, doesn't have any hair on it. As a matter of fact, it has a skin much like the palm of our hand. And that there are 3 of them that live right here on this island. There is a mother, a son. The son is the big one sitting on the hill with the orangish coat, and there's a girlfriend, and that's his girlfriend. That's right. No, that's his mother next to him. The girlfriend was walking. The male has one of the most masculine names I've known, and that name is April. That's because he was born in April. Sometimes they're not creative with names. The spider monkey got its name because the first explorers that saw them dangling by that tail, and with their arms all outstretched, arms and legs all outstretched, grabbing fruits and branches. They thought they were giant spiders in a spider web. It wasn't until they got closer that they realized they were only monkeys. We're going to leave the world of the old world and new world monkeys, and we're going to go to the land before there were monkeys and apes. That's prosimians. Prosimians are lemurs, and lemurs come from one place only. They come from Madagascar. The island of Madagascar is an island located off the southeast coast of Africa. It's about the size of Texas. On that island, there are about 100 different species. In fact, there are more than 100 different species of lemurs on the island. Now, I'm going to back up just a little bit here. If you look to your right, if you follow that bamboo post, if you follow that bamboo post from the top of their shed till it meets the tree, and you look right above it, there is one of it's a ringtail lemur, and you can see he's cleaning himself right now. Okay, the head's going up and down. They're really hard to see because they blend in so well with the tree. I'm not sure if you can see it, but they're there. There are 2 of them. His tail is not hanging down. The ringtail lemur is the most recognizable lemur, not only because it's used in our public relations and pamphlets at the zoo. It was also part of that movie, Madagascar, a lemur's tale. Now, if you look to your left, in that tree, that's an African fig tree. If you look at that tree, you will see 2 lemurs, and there is one on the porch of this shelter to your left. We'll get around, you'll see that 3rd one as we circle the island. The 3 of them, those are red ruff lemurs. They were born right here at the Naples Zoo. They were born on
there's one over here.
They were born on May 5th, 2019. Anybody know what May 5th is?
I know May 4th.
It's Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo is a Mexican holiday. And in honor of that Mexican holiday, the keepers got together and they named our 3 lemurs. They named them Chip, Pico, and Jalapeno. Okay, the red ruff lemur are among the most endangered of the endangered species list here at the Naples Zoo, and that is because the island of Madagascar is about 90% deforested. It has been deforested because the people at Madagascar have used it for farming and for cattle raising. The Naples Zoo is doing something about that. As a matter of fact, for over the past 20 years, the Naples Zoo has been the international headquarters of the Madagascar Flora and Fauna Group, which is a group of botanical gardens, zoos, and universities which got together to try and restore the habitat for the lemurs on Madagascar, and also to educate the people of Madagascar to be able to live alongside the lemurs. As a matter of fact, the Naples Zoo has raised over $2 million in that time, and by coming to the zoo today, you have become a part of the cure, because a part of your entry fee has been donated to the Madagascar Flora and Fauna Group. So the lemurs, and you can see those three of those guys right there. So the lemurs at the zoo, they thank you, as well as everybody who works here at the zoo. Thank you very much for coming to the zoo, and thank you for helping. You can look straight ahead of you. You see those tails on those black-handed spider monkeys. They're doing their daily patrol. They patrol 2 or 3 times a day, just to make sure that nobody has invaded their island. Now the last island we're going to see, the last island is home to lemurs also. It is home to 2 red-collared lemurs, and the red-collared lemur is part of our species survival program. As a matter of fact, all of the lemurs at the zoo are a part of our species survival program, and that is a program where we ensure that the zoos across America ensure that the animals will be alive for the next 100 years, even if they go wild, even if they go extinct in the wild. These guys are actually very, very shy. They're new to this island. You can see right in that second house there is one of them sitting right there. Behind that enrichment that is hanging there, that enrichment is that white plastic thing, bottle hanging there. I'm sorry, that enhancement is used to keep their mind active. They put their favorite foods in it, and the animals have to figure out how to get them out. Right now, the lemur is just laying there ignoring us. Okay, lemurs got their name because the first explorers who went to Madagascar, they were at night, and they saw all these eyes staring at them, and they thought that all of those eyes were from evil spirits or from ghosts of some sort. So they named them lemurs, which in Roman was or in Latin means ghost or spirit.